Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you everybody for joining us. I'm Lab, this is Hero. We are here for the Sharbi weekly update. Sharbi is the queen of memes, the founders of the Shibarium University, and the founders of the Fetch bridge into Shibarium from Ethereum. So for nearly instantaneous bridging of your bone, make it happen on Fetch. And many more things. The coin that you are paid to hold, and the greatest community in all of crypto, as far as I'm concerned. So, thank you everybody for jumping on. Sorry we missed it last week. I always feel weird when we miss one. To be honest, like it's been too long, even though it's only been
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah. I was trying to figure out what to talk about today, and I was like, oh man, there's like too much to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's like
We-
just skip all the old stuff, I guess. It's crypto, so if it's more than 3 days old, it's old news, right?
That's right. That's right.
Unfortunately for us. How's everybody doing in the chats? We got Radar, we got Lunar. Who else? We got Shibs. What's up, boys?
So,
All right,
yeah, we just sharing it out. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Shared out
got it. You got all the
quite a bit.
posts.
Yeah, it's a big day today. We have a big announcement. I don't know if we should start with the big announcement. Let's give it a minute so we can talk about some of the other stuff first. But
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think
I think
I think
that's
today's
right.
a big day for us.
Let's put it. Let's do it in the middle-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds good.
yeah. Because
All
I feel
right.
like people are always slow to get in here. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, let's. What do you want to talk about first? Hoodies?
Let's start with the
We
hoodies.
should do.
Hoodies.
Let's do the hoodies because this is the last day you can buy. Is that right?
Yep.
All right, this is your last day to buy your very own Shiba Cows Sharbi hoodie. I got the wrong page. Hold on. There we go. They are on sale, so I think this is the cheapest price you could have got them at
Yeah.
ever. Yeah,
Yeah.
and pretty dope.
They're awesome. I think we've ordered 4 for our family so far, and we're trying to get them to add back the Sharby one for our girls because I
Oh
know
yeah,
our girls. But they're limited edition. They're one run print. I mean, they're designed by our artists. like like
it's
they're
sort.
they're awesome. That I know
It's
that Siberium one there sold pretty heavy,
nice.
and the Siberium University hoodie sold really well. So those two sold really well. I really I might break down and buy myself a Kingdom of Hearts one too because I love that one.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty dope.
I have a Siberium University one. I love the gold, and I
Sort.
think yeah, they're awesome.
It's sort of like own a part of history here. I think if you got faith in Shibarium and Shiba cows and what they're doing, this is like one of the first things you can get, right? So pretty early stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, and I know they're going to have some giveaways attached to it with the RFC chips, and the hoodies are they have RFC chips embedded in them, so your hoodies are kind of on the blockchain, which is pretty cool.
Wild.
Like come on, for $50, I yeah.
I'm
So
into it.
last day, and I do think that the Sharby one is going to get added back. It wasn't selling as well as the other one, so he took it down. But we've had like 4 or 5 people that have asked about it because they wanted to buy it. So I think he's going to put it back up for us.
Cool. Awesome. Dang it. I just lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else about it, and now I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, if anyone's ordered already, nothing has been. They all go into production at the end of the order, so don't be worried like, oh, it hasn't shown up or I haven't heard something. Or I assume you probably should have gotten a invoice email of some kind, but other than that, production hasn't started yet. So I'm guessing next week once they wrap this up today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think they do that like a bulk orders,
yeah,
kind of system to save money.
totally
So
makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's exciting stuff. All right, you want to let's do our announcement. We got a pretty good number of people in here, so let's
All
make it
right.
happen.
All right. Go for it.
So, really, I think we've teased this a long time, but we have voted as a DAO officially that we are going to launch on Solana,
Yep.
and we are making it happen. It is still a little bit in the planning stages, but I think we've hashed out some of the details that will be interesting for many of you to hear. So yeah, I'll let you kind of give what those are, Hero. You're a little bit better at numbers than me.
Sounds good.
And I'll say this. Hold on, sorry. We will put this. No, we'll put this all in print and infographic form shortly. Just to be full disclosure, the interesting thing about running a real DAO is that there's a lot of opinions and a lot of back and forth and a lot of it takes a lot of effort to get things done. And I think ultimately it's kind of cool, right? Like as far as it's really kind of magical to watch, but also, you know, it takes time, and that's why we talk about these things so long before they necessarily happen. And so this all got voted on yesterday, so we don't necessarily have this info in like a really digestible form yet, but we will shortly. So, but we just wanted everyone to know because we're wicked excited, obviously. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm bouncing off the walls about it, really, and I wanted to start saying it yesterday.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
You know, the vote passed. I think everyone's really excited about it. The best part about it is we are doing it where we are not only not increasing supply, but we are going to be burning supply to launch on Sol. So the whole plan will be to have a pre-sale. We're going to have a pre-sale of 1,000 Sol. With this 1,000 Sol, we plan on buying back and burning over 100,000 or $100,000 worth of Sharbi minimum. So from our current charts, the Ethereum, Arbitrum, Shibarium charts, we are going to be injecting $100,000 into the chart.
Did you say 100,000?
And
That's
burning.
So sexy. Gosh dang, that's
so
much money.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome, and I think that the interest is going to be crazy high. I've watched some pre-sales on Sol go crazy. I know there's a lot of people excited about us launching on Sol. What we wanted to make sure we did was reward our community and our holders. So part of this pre-sale is our whales and our DAO are allowed 2 whitelist wallets. So if you are holding 10 billion, you can buy two pre-sale wallets, not whitelist.
Yeah.
The pre-sale is between a minimum of 2 Sol and a maximum of 5 Sol per. So each bag will have a maximum of 5 Sol. So there's not going to be any massive holders. But if you are a whale or if you are holding 10 billion Sharbi, you can buy 2 pre-sale bags. So there's an incentive to hold 10 billion. If you hold 1 billion Sharbi, you will have first access to the pre-sale. So it's important to note that our holders are going to have the first chance to get into the pre-sale before we open it up publicly. So if you don't have your 1 billion, it's a great time to get your 1 billion Sharbi in. And if you do have it, then you're all set. And if you want 2 whitelist or pre-sale bags, whitelist, that's a hard one to get out of your brain, right?
Yeah.
If you want 2 pre-sale bags, then you're going to want 10 billion Sharbi. But the minimum is 2 Sol. The maximum is 5 Sol. We're capping it hard cap at 1,000 Sol pre-sale, and we expect it to go really fast. And before we launch on Sol, we will be using the pre-sale funds to buy and burn Sharbi. So it's going to help everyone. It's going to help our charts. we are going to have, we are expecting at least 85 billion bought in charts from this. And that will be our supply that will be launching on Sol originally. There will be a bridge coming, so that's going to be in the works. We're already talking about development on that, and yeah, I think that's the details that we're ready to give today, right?
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it. So importantly, for those listening that are interested in participating, I suppose would be to say, like, essentially it will happen in 2 phases. Like you said, if you are a current Sharbi holder that has at least 1 billion tokens, then you will have access to the first phase of pre-sale to make sure that we're making sure that our holders get taken care of. 1 billion is how many you have to hold. So that's about $1,000 ish right now, right, on whatever chain. And then, after that designated period of time, then the pre-sale will be opened up to the general audience, and we'll fill that hard cap up, and then we'll go live, basically. And that's kind of it. And then, like you said, if you want 2 bags for the pre-sale, then you'll need 10 billion tokens, essentially. So, but you'll also get to be in the whale group, which, as it turns out, is just getting, more and more amazing every day. Like the access to project pre-sales, to inside information as Shibarium continues to grow. Honestly, just for what you could have had access to with some of the K9 stuff would have been insane. So, like, we anticipate more opportunities like that. It's a solid investment that will get you, multiple benefits kind of situation. So we intend to always give back to our holders and to continue to build in that way. So that's cool, man. I'm excited. Do we have? I know we don't have an official timeline. In your mind,
no.
How do you see this playing out?
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah, I agree.
I would expect the pre-sale details to be out next week. So we kind of have to set up a wallet. We have to set up, kind of the process. But I would expect the pre-sale details to be next week. And yeah, soon. I actually, as soon as we start the pre-sale and have funds coming in, I believe we'll start buying and burning too, so that it's kind of a process throughout. We won't do just one buy and burn. We'll burn funds from all 3 chains and get the most bang for our buck. So there will be buys coming into the chart as the pre-sale is going, volume coming in, and I think that it's a good time to front run that if you're interested in even doing that, right? Like I think that there's not a better time to really add to our charts. Our charts are still looking very solid. They're not, there's very little sell pressure. They've been growing. Bone kind of took a little dip the other day, but they're really, somebody's like, oh, what happened? Is somebody selling? And I'm like, well, no, it was just kind of Bone just had a dip, and that really kind of brought down the Shibarium price. But
yeah, it's important to understand, if especially as the market picks up here, there's going to be people that are new to crypto. The nature of each chain is that the price of the token is tied to basically the gas token of that chain. So in the case of our Arbitrum and our Ethereum, coins, then it's tied to Ethereum, which, is definitely more stable than Bone as far as, it's just a much higher market cap. It's been around a lot longer. But we would say that, well, and I guess I'll say also, when we launch on Solana, then those coins will be tied to the price of Solana. So, but you and I have talked before, and I think we've talked in here, like, it can be temporarily frustrating, perhaps, to see the price of your coin fluctuate with the price of Bone, coming down 10% or whatever in a day. But when the price of bone doubles in a week, you're going to
Right.
feel pretty happy about it. And that's, kind of unlikely price action to see as much on Ethereum. The amount of times that bone could potentially double this cycle as opposed to Ethereum, it's a much higher upside, just potentially. But that equals higher volatility, right? So just keep that in
And that
mind.
just happened. And that just happened. I mean, bone ran up to what,
Yeah,
$1.60? It ran up to $1.60. So,
fast.
yeah. So in like a day and a half,
It,
it
it
ran up
was
to a dollar.
literally I bought in probably a week or 10 days before that at like the low 60 cents mark. And yeah, it ran up to $1.60 within a week or so. And so I
Yeah.
think, that's the sort of the tip of the iceberg, right? Nothing super big has even happened yet.
Right.
And so, and honestly, you look at all-time highs too. Ethereum's already much closer to all-time high sort of scenario where versus Bone,
Yeah.
I
Good
think
money. Close.
$15 was
Right.
the all-time high. You got a while to go, so
Right.
cool stuff.
And I did see a tweet from Lucy like early this morning that said was asking Cal when Shiba swap. So that was kind of an interesting tweet because obviously they talk,
Yeah,
so she doesn't have to
yeah,
ask him on Twitter.
yeah. It
um,
was
so
tongue in cheek for sure. Yeah, sort of
yeah,
inevitable here at this point, which will be huge
yeah,
too. Those are things that have to happen, I think, for Shibarium to really take off. But the pieces are
and Bone.
certainly moving into position, and we have early seats here. And if you're new to Shibarium, if you're new to Sharbi, the timing couldn't be better. Like we are positioned incredibly well within the Shibarium ecosystem just to thrive here as they take off. So it's really exciting things.
Yep. So talking about benefits for holding and benefits to our holders, let's give our Boom Boom Capital. I mean that was our other big piece of news. Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been like fully insane. Um, but I don't even know how to begin. Like we couldn't have done better, basically. So for those that don't know, the Boom Boom Capital Fund is it's just basically an investment fund that is run by the whales of the Sharbi community for the benefit of the community and largely of the whales. You can kind of read here. But basically, there will be dividends that get paid out in sort of a quarterly fashion, and we will vote on those as a DAO. But the magical thing that we've found as we've grown as Sharbi, especially like I said a second ago, within the Shibarium ecosystem, is that we are just getting a lot of really crazy, awesome opportunities to invest very early in projects. The
Yep.
kind of stuff that your average investor just does not have access to. And so the BBC fund is kind of a way for other people to take advantage of that. And you need to hold 10 billion Sharbi to be a part of that. But um, I would say already based on, we haven't worked out the exact math for how shares will break down, but like you just saw, I mean, current value of the fund, it's probably pulled back a little bit with BTC pulling back, but it's floating around $300,000. So actual value of your share, if you become a whale in Sharbi right now, is probably worth about as much as, if not more, than you're going to pay for your bag. Not that you can just
Basically.
withdraw it. These tokens are vested, but
Right.
they're vested at like the absolute best time to be vested. Like this bag is just going to grow for the next 12 months, basically, as these tokens are coming, into circulation and getting into our hands. And so to me, I see this 300,000, even if we didn't buy anything else and didn't get into anything else, this is the low watermark of what this fund will be worth. Like this thing is going into the millions. And this isn't the last opportunity that we're getting in on. On a daily basis, almost we're looking at opportunities and finding the right ones. And so, I mean, is there any doubt this thing is going into the millions? And
No, there's
literally
not.
right
There's not.
now, Yeah, you could own a piece of that for buying a $10 billion bag. So it's pretty wild. Like it makes it that much easier to hold. I mean, already with paid to hold, I've basically just chilled on my bags for a year, but it's just icing on the cake of like, okay, well, this is just free money, so why not just sit on it?
And that's it, right? Like that's always been the goal, and this is actually just going to make it even more that capable of being that, right? Like
Yeah.
we have always said, like it would be the best thing in the world just to sit on our bag and never have to sell it, and rake in passive income, rake in dividends or revenue or whatever we build out. And I don't think any of us saw this coming. I mean, our initial investment was what, $6,400
Yeah, it's pretty
or
crazy.
something, something. But yes, we're getting approached already by other people, by other large uh, possible and upcoming launches, and our DAO has made themselves a valuable asset, right? Like we not only will invest, but we will help with whatever we can. Sharbi is kind of a KOL, right? Like we have a lot of reach and a lot of connections. Um,
I would say almost more than a KOL because I really think a lot of the value proposition at this point, and I just always have to give a huge shout out to Funk because no one else is doing it like he's doing it, and just the Shibarium University proposition for projects that are serious and getting into Shibarium. Like you see the stuff that the university has been rolling out for Canine, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this is so nice. Like it's just so much great material, just perfect for what they need, and also to have it coming from a third party rather than themselves is just that much sweeter. Like it's just a totally great thing. I think I have they posted about us recently actually because
yeah.
we just released a course that you can take about liquid staking basically in the university. um,
Yeah, yeah. So Spunk actually did. He actually called it the Canine Experience. And it's a full detail. There's like 7 or 8 articles now on Canine, on liquid staking, on the benefits of Canine to Shibarium. His latest article actually even did like how Canine helps treat and She, which aren't even launched yet, like and how the whole ecosystem is going to benefit from Canine, and it's awesome. It's
yeah,
awesome, right? Like
he's such a legend. I'm like, dude, how do you do this?
it's the start of everything, really. And I'll always say this is like really the university has been the key to every connection we've made, to every like every networking we've done, every partnership. Really, it all stems from the university. So like all the work that's been done there, really, I mean, has led to all these connections, all these type of things, even connections with Canine, connections with Shib Dream, right? Like all of it comes through the university, and then all of a sudden, you're talking to these people on a daily basis, and finding how you can help each other. And yeah, the university got a complete overhaul. It's so it's beautiful. It's so easy to navigate. It's got daily news now. It's the podcast section's really looking nice. Um, he's got the daily updates and our partnerships there. It it's I mean, I've always been super impressed with the university, but it looks the best it ever has. And I mean, really, I've set it as my homepage on my browsers, and it's ideally like going to be the place you go for all your crypto news, or like that. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's wild how far it's come. and just it's really pretty all inclusive now. So really cool stuff, and yeah, just a huge part of what Sharby's been able to do, and I think we'll uh, continue to play a big role for us as this bull market kind of takes off, and more and more people are looking to get educated. I look at like the liquid staking stuff. I mean, so much of the stuff that we do articles on. I mean, I've been in crypto for a hot minute now, right? Since at least last cycle, which is relatively long, and there's still stuff like that where I'm like, I don't even know. Like those all sound like buzzwords to me, you know?
Right.
Like, oh, liquid staking, yeah, that's a hot item right now. But like, if you really want to know the nitty gritty and figure it out and how it works, like this is the place to come for sure. So.
Yeah. Some of the terms that have been thrown around in ideas in our whale group and our DAO lately, like some of that terminology, like I'm pretty crypto versed, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is, man. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a lot, and it's definitely, you can see it. I even feel it like this time versus last cycle, where I'm just like, oh my gosh, there is so much going on, and there's just so many ideas and so much stuff. Like it's just impossible to keep up with all the intricacies of what's being developed here, which is really cool. But you know, obviously a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine being like totally new to this and just being like, oh, what the heck is MetaMask? You know?
Yeah.
Those were the
right.
days.
Yeah. Liquid staking derivatives.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it's a great place to come check out and come get caught up on that stuff and learn at your level. There's all kinds of stuff, so you don't just have to jump into liquid staking. So you know, come and check it out. Shibariumuniversity.com for anyone who hasn't been there already. Hey, the other thing I wanted to talk about with you was what is the deal with is it Floozy? Is that what it's called? I know you've been meeting with them. Floozy. It's a go ahead.
Floozy, I like it. It should
That's
be.
what I think of when I hear the word. So
yeah. So FloozePay actually is something that's been around for a long time, and they do direct credit card payments to buy crypto. So you can, on Ethereum, I think they only support a couple of chains right now. Ethereum is one of them. But you can actually use your credit card and buy crypto directly for projects that whitelist with them.
Is this it? This is them, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's them. So you can, you know, through that Mercury IO or MoonPay, you basically can, and it actually, if you click on the S there on the, it says like you pay, you get over on the left. Yeah, you should be able to type in Sharbi.
My computer's working too hard. What do I have going on here? I might be mining something actually. Maybe if I turn this off. Sorry.
So we're not. I mean, it may not be. I mean,
there it goes. There it goes. We got it.
Yeah. So you can actually buy Sharbi directly with a credit card, but we're not whitelisted on there yet. But
what the F is Sharbi BSC? What is that?
Did we launch on BSC? Sharbi. That is not us. That is really slick.
Don't buy Sharbi BSC.
we are coming BSC, but we're not there yet. So we are actually going to get whitelisted on Ethereum, but the big news is that Flooz is announcing support or has announced support for Arbitrum. So you can actually, they have a DEX too, and Sharbi is on their DEX for Arbitrum already, but they're going to be whitelisting our Ethereum and Arbitrum chains on their token service, which means you can buy directly with a credit card to Arbitrum. You don't have to go through a centralized exchange. You don't have to go through anything. You can just buy with your credit card or your debit card and directly buy And the best thing is we've included that new Flues bot in our chat. That's our buy bot now. And that bot actually has capability inside Telegram to do all of this. So you don't even have to ever leave Telegram. You can buy Sharbi directly from Telegram. It's got trending. They're gonna have like point systems for rating. They're gonna have stuff for Twitter. Like it's gonna be awesome. Like there's gonna be some really, really cool stuff that's coming from this bot. It's one of the most intuitive buy bots I've ever seen. And you can actually go in and type in Flues right now, and you can start the bot and interact. You can connect your wallet to it, and you can play around with it. It works. It works. There's still, it's all being set up, especially the Arbitrum side, but you can actually do a swap of Sharbi on Arbitrum directly from the wallet right now, or directly from Telegram right now. I'm excited. It's really cool to have, some kind of new action for Arbitrum, and we're going to market with them. And, we're one of the first early projects to be asked to be there. So,
that's so cool. It's so awesome. Like just that you can buy on the Telegram, that you can do it via credit card. Like that's just wild. Like this is the kind of stuff a few years ago that just was like not even. Man, I remember struggling just to even onboard at all.
Right?
In crypto 4 years ago. Like
imagine people coming in new, and we can just say, "Oh yeah, here you go." Just it's so nice.
Yeah,
it's so nice.
It's huge.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
We need to get them connected with Shibarium to get that.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I knew you would be. I knew you would.
Yep.
Be.
The only problem with that is the bridge, but it would be a huge thing for Shibarium, right? Like
super
huge.
Super cool. All right, brother. That's really cool. Good work.
Before we wrap up, I do want to kind of circle back to the dividends, and kind of just how big that idea is, right? A meme coin. So we're a meme coin, passive revenue. I think we averaged it out. It's between 20 and 30% APR so far. I mean, since Sharbi launched, 20 to 30% APR. Now we're going to have dividends from a Boom Boom Capital Fund, and our BBC is going to be paying quarterly dividends starting. I think Q3 is going to be when we start, because right now everything's vested, so it's really the dividend would be nothing right now because it is all vested. But so passive income, dividends. You think of like people that invest, that are in the stock market. They'll, like my grandma had, she had Chevron, and she had Texaco, and she had Apple, and she had like all these stocks that she basically just was collecting quarterly dividends from. Didn't actively trade or anything like that. It was just like like I remember that, right? Like as a kid.
Yeah.
And we're a meme coin. Like wrap this around your head. Like we're a meme coin that's going to be doing like what Apple does, or like, some of these major stocks do, right? Like we are becoming an investment, like a long-term investment, passive income, passive revenue, high growth. What is the stock, like your IRA, high growth potential, right? Risky, but high growth potential. But we're a meme coin, and no other meme coins are doing this. No one else is doing this. And I think our dividends are going to be really great. Like I feel like those quarterly dividends are going to be strong. And I do think that, like we have committed to distributing some dividends to active and participating community members as well. So if you can't afford a 10 billion Sharbi bag, step up, right? Do some work. Find ways to help out. And our DAO is going to make sure you're taken care of. Like that's what we want, right? We want an active community. We want people being like, oh, how can I fit in here, right? That's what we're doing for Shabirium, as Sharbi, right? Like we're like, oh, how can we fit in? How can we help? Like as a community member, think like, how can I help? What can I do? We actually just had a community member the other day set up a link tree for us. And it's something that I've wanted to do forever. and just, like these type of things are things that, like it's hard to find time for everything. Like every day I feel like you're torn in these different directions and you have to make a decision as to what you can do and what you can't. And to have a community member step up and set up a link tree, like it's huge. It's a huge thing. Like, and the link tree is beautiful. It fits our branding. And we're going to get some stickers made with the QRs to the link tree. It's got our bridge on it, our university, how to buy. Like, it's perfect, right? Like, it's all in one place.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's been needed for so long, and it actually having this actually gave me the ability to update our header on Twitter, which was really cool because it was so filled with links that now I was able to even put a little hashtag Shabirium in there and a shib, I think it's awesome, and it's really great to see a community stepping up and trying to figure out how they can help and so Patrick, if you're listening, thank you for this. It was a great help, and you definitely deserve the recognition for it because I think this is going to be used a lot.
Bravo, sir. I think just to tag on to what you're saying, like I really feel like Sharbi is a community project, and we have built something over the last year that is something that we as a community really want in a coin, as far as, like you said, like passive income and these opportunities that other people wouldn't have otherwise, with these different BBC capital moves and things like that. And so it's really kind of cool to see this all come to fruition. I apologize if everyone can hear my kids screaming in the background. I don't know if you can, but I'm so embarrassed. They're going crazy back there. It's spring break. But anyways, so none of this is financial advice, obviously. Hero and I are just sharing. We are just very active members of this community. Like, that's it. And so we have built this the way that we wish other meme coins were. If you are looking for a meme coin that does nothing, that is not this. I am so sick. I am so sick of seeing that on meme coin websites, like it's some original joke or something. Like, the joke has happened. So, like, good for you guys. But this is a meme coin that is seriously here for the long term, to basically be a help to the community, and for the community to be a help to it. And so that's what we're here for. And I've never seen anything like it. That probably does exist somewhere. Crypto's huge, but congratulations, you found it. So get on board, make it happen. It's going to be huge. It's going to be an awesome upcoming year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think wow. Just wow. Yeah. We had a phone call. We had a phone call with the head of ETH Toronto the other day, and he was like, I love your marketing. And I'm like, like the head of ETH Toronto, Shaitoshi the other day commented and said, I just love the way you guys market, like, and build everyone up, right? Like that's Sharbi, right? Like we build
Yep.
everyone up. We're here to help everyone. We're here to work together. And I mean, the compliments we're getting, what we're doing is unique. It's special. And I feel like we have set ourselves on a path towards really great things. And yeah, that little F Toronto hint was a little hint too, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
Subtle. You're subtle, so
yeah.
we'll save those kind of announcements for another day. So big announcement today. I think we're wrapping up here. Soul launch is happening. Get yourself at least $1 billion or $1 billion coin bag of Sharbi in preparation for
$1 billion
that.
too. That's fine.
$1 billion too. Yeah, no, I won't stop you. But you know, at least grab that much, because honestly, we expect the Soul launched. At least I expect, in my opinion, it'll go pretty hard. And so, whenever you buy on this side, to be able to get in to the pre-sale it'll be worth it. It'll be totally cool. I'm gonna go as hard as I can. So it's always nice to secure the bags before the launch. There's nothing like trying to compete as the God candle loses its mind on that first thing, and you're questioning all of your decisions.
Well, and that's the other thing about Soul too, is there's no max wallet protection. There's nothing like that. So having that pre-sale bag gets you in before those max wallet bidders or those crazy people that are trying to get all of the supply. So getting that, and I'm so stoked about having that injection of money into our existing charts. So it helps all our holders, benefits all our holders, brings some volume. We'll bring some money from Soul into Shibarium too. That's something that it does.
And I think importantly too. Sorry, I know we said this before, but guys, the supply will stay the same, right? Unlike our previous times we moved to new chains, the supply increased. Yeah, in this case, to some degree, the supply will even decrease, and so it's basically the equivalent of launching on a new centralized exchange, in my opinion. Except, we've said F those people, and so we're launching on a new decentralized exchange and going to a new chain. And I really think this will be kind of the future for a lot of projects of how they do it, because, screw those guys.
Well, and as the model works, as we see it, right? As we see this model work, I mean, this is our first real test of it. But if this model works, we keep going, right? Like, okay, this is there. We're looking at other high volume chains, right? Like BSC, the Sharbi BSC launch is gonna have some hurt coming for it. if like when that, I mean, it just makes too much sense to be on those chains, AVAX, Matic, those chains are all chains that, we could benefit from. And if this model works, it really includes buying our charts, burning from our existing charts, building up, and continuing to kind of level that up, right? It's super cool.
Yeah, I think this has huge potential to be something that we replicate several times during this market, with ultimately the goal, the name of the bridge is the fetch bridge. So our goal is still to pull from these other chains into Shibarium and to help grow Shibarium and to bring that kind of interest. And so as we go to new chains, our intention is always to sort of have that pull back to Shibarium. So it's cool stuff. Hey, one last thing that I just wanted to say as we're wrapping up is I am trying to start doing project interviews again, like we've done in the past. Some of the struggle there is just getting guys booked and getting them to hold their booking. So I feel like we're fairly big now. If anybody knows any projects that would be interested in just having like a one-on-one video chat with me and potentially Hero, usually it's both of us, we're usually kind of flexible on days, but I would love to be doing one once a week just to kind of introduce people to new projects. Particular emphasis on Shibarium, but not necessarily, I guess, like just cool projects that are willing to talk. You don't have to dox your face or whatever necessarily if you don't want to. We've had people come on where they just have the whatever picture up or something, but I like this format, and I feel like people like this format a little bit. It's a little different than doing like the Twitter Spaces, where I can actually like show you their websites and show you what they're doing and have a little more of a dialogue about what their project's about versus just listening to people talk about themselves for 10 minutes at a time on a Twitter Space. So please, anyone who's listening, if you're with a project that might be interested, feel free to slip into my DMs or jump on Telegram and shoot me a message, and let's get some stuff set up. Cool. Anything else you had to talk about?
No, I mean,
all right.
I could keep going for, I could keep going, but it's a good time to wrap up. It's awesome one. That was an awesome update.
Cool, man. All right. Well, hey, thank you. We'll talk again next week. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Get busy picking up those bags, and we'll see you guys in the chat.
Yeah,
bye, guys.
See you guys.